Hi, I have a gift for you today. It's the gift of knowledge. What Tantra says about knowledge is, he who knows is in control. And we're moving into the information age, so the person that knows it first makes the most compared to the others who don't know. It's taken me a long time to figure out what's going on with the stock market, why it's continued to go up since the downturn in 2008. And the conclusion I've come to is that the Federal Reserve, by doing its quantitative easing, has taken advantage of people's ignorance. But that has started to change. So I wanted to make a video for my friends and my future friends to explain what they can do to insulate themselves from the destruction of the savings and investment that's going to be from the Federal Reserve, that's coming from the Federal Reserve. One of the things that you find out about something is that you should be able to explain it quickly and succinctly. And I haven't been able to find a way to do it well yet. So if I make mistakes or if I make leaps that are hard to understand, you're certainly welcome to write to me and tell me. One thing that is completely certain, the Federal Reserve, by its monetary policies, is going to destroy your savings and your investments. I know it doesn't seem like that, but they are. So finally, I decided to make this video because I came up with a good analogy to tell you why this is going to happen. If you're at all familiar with financial terms and the Fed, you've almost certainly heard the term quantitative easing. And they've been doing it for a number of years now. And what that quantitative easing is that the Fed and then other countries' Federal Reserves did the same thing, is that they started to buy treasury notes and mortgage-backed securities. The effect of that is that they did it in such a way that the money would be frozen, okay, locked up in property. And the only place that it really went into was into real estate and then later on the stock market. So the stock market also was going up because the interest rates went down. So as you're a saver or an investor, like pension funds and all the other things, you had to buy secure investments, okay? And there's something called the prudent man rule, okay? And there's nothing more secure than U.S. Treasuries, at least for the moment. The So the Fed's been buying stuff, and so they've been pumping money into the system. And I finally found an analogy that works. And I'm going to show it to you. A toothpaste tube. Okay. This one has been partially used. So if I push on it, I'm going to make it swell up. Not that there's any more money in the tube, but if I go ahead and I refill the tube, this swells up. And if I keep on putting money into it, okay, then there's pressure all over the wall of the tube. So if you imagine that the Federal Reserve is pumping money into the system, but not letting it out, there's no inflation yet. Okay, but what happens if I remove the tube, the cap on the tube? It then will squirt out. So Bitcoins are the cap being removed on the toothpaste. The toothpaste is actually the money that the Federal Reserve has done. So I'm thinking about there's a couple of different ways to talk about it. I don't want to take too much of your time. Okay. Unless you're interested. But the rise in Bitcoin prices is entirely due to the debasement of money. Okay. So I remember back when the coins used to be 10-cent dimes used to have silver content. And what happened was, when the price of silver exceeded the price of the 10-cent coin, people started to buy dimes and look for the silver coins. Okay, this is an example of Gresham's law, which says that good money drives out bad. So what happened is people bought silver coins and took the coins out of circulation. What happened? The price of silver went going up. And eventually there was no more silver coins. Let me use every analogy has limits. So let me go to another analogy and talk about Bitcoins. Bitcoins matches very closely the California gold rush. So like the gold in California when it was first discovered, it didn't take long for people to figure out that they could quit their job, travel to California, and make more money than they could by staying where they were. So people came from all over the world, and of course they didn't bring any of the equipment with them to mine. They needed to at least have a shovel and a gold pan. The real winners of the California gold rush were the people that sold the mining pans and the shovels. And what I'm going to talk about is how you can make an absolute fortune if you pick the right way to deal with Bitcoins. But I'm not going to tell you the secret, because what I want to do is I want people that are going to give me a lot of money by making even more money themselves. Okay. And the company that I signed up with is going to do that. So if you don't sign up with this, you're never going to know. At least not until it's too late. And it will be too late. So get back to the analogy. Gold is in their hills. There's money in Bitcoins. And there's a lot of ways to participate in Bitcoins. You can go out and buy Bitcoins. This is like panning for gold. Okay. After people were here for a while and they found that it's harder to get pan than it was to actually go out and build a sluice box, which is a wood, usually wooden, made out of wood, and they would direct a water source down this box that had little ladders in it that would capture the gold. And all you had to do was put the dirt that had the gold in it into the water flow, and the water would separate the gold out from the dirt. Okay, they did very well at this, and later on, they decided they wanted to make even more money for the same amount of labor, and they actually constructed things called water cannons. So rather than having to shovel the dirt into the sluice box, they used a water cannon on the hillside. Okay, so they could get very much more dirt than just shoveling. They would just blast away. Okay, and consequently, they made more money per day than the panner. Okay, so people are out there trying to encourage you to buy Bitcoins, and you will make money. But I'm here to tell you I've got the water cannon. Okay, so I'm not going to tell you unless you're going to use the water cannon and make money for me. And to get signed up with USI Tech, it costs $70 to buy something called a package here in the United States. 50 pounds over in England. Okay, so I'm not making a lot of money on you by buying a package. I haven't made this video with that intention. I can find people that are wanting to have extra money make double their money in 60 days. We're talking about $50,000, $100,000, $150,000. Finally, people will invest $1 million. And the people that I'm going to find people to help me. So I'm going to give them a guaranteed sale. Okay, of $50,000, $100,000, $150,000. And the way this is all set up with Bitcoins, if you sell $50,000, 10% of $50,000, as soon as the people put the money into the account, you're going to get $5,000 the next day. Real money. All you have to do is take an order. So if you're looking for leverage in your life, this is absolutely the best way. So the Federal Reserve is busy pushing money into the toothpaste. When it comes out, it's not toothpaste, it's money. It's in the form of a Bitcoin. So this is like the sluice box. Okay? And all you have to do is pick out the gold. Or if you take that flow and direct it into your sluice box with the gold, the Bitcoins in it, you're going to make an absolute fortune. So I don't really care to talk to people that are going to hem and haw, okay? But I'm also not going to talk to people until they signed up. I have a link in this, in the description. I will put it. And if you go there, you'll go to a website that didn't exist before 3 weeks. Somebody has spent a lot of time to create this. And I didn't pay the lady that did this what I told her I would do. For the people that sign up, I would give her the half of the people for her to sign up. She was fine with that. Spent all that time. Anyway, so the Fed has been pumping money into the system, and what's happened is when you take the cap off, this is the Bitcoins, the money squirts out in between it. Last year, Bitcoins was $500. This year, on Monday, a couple of days ago, yesterday, it was 6,100. Now, if you analyze it, that actually is 3% a day. So this company, which is promising to pay you 1% a day, actually is making 2% on your money, or whoever buys the packages. But they guarantee it whether or not the price of Bitcoin goes up. Okay, so this is something that's due to the Fed pumping money into the system, and Bitcoin is letting out the money. So eventually, the Fed is going to stop doing it. They've already stopped a little bit, but they have a lot of money they have to put back in before that runs out. But if you're aware, like all the miners were that came to San Francisco to go mining, is that the gold was going to run out too. So what you had is a frenzy. So just to tell you, if people buy packages which is a representation of a Bitcoin in some way, it's not exactly the Bitcoin, it's a package. And it's, we go into some of, if you sign up, I'll go into all the ins and outs of this, because I want to educate you to make a lot of money. Okay? And that's why I'm making this video, so I don't have to tell people over and over again. And there's going to be, so all you have to do is come back every week and see the view count. It's going to go up steadily. And people are going to make money. Okay, for instance, there's a guy in London. He has had people sign up under him. And he is making per day now, after the company is going to be only a year old in November. So this guy didn't sign up before this. In a year, he is making £17,000 a week. And okay, so here, all you have to do is look at the numbers to know something. He has 220,000 people that have signed up under him over the year to give him that money. and these people are buying the packages. Like the lady that I signed up a week and a half ago, she bought a package, and what she said to me today, oh, people are it's hard to sign up people. Okay, it's true. I've done my advertising. And people says, oh, well, I'll look at it. Okay, fine. They may or may not come back. I don't have time to wait. I'm going to talk to the people that can see the advantage and going to pay the $70 and go out. And like I talked to Demondre today. And Demondre knows people that are into Bitcoins. He says, well, I hear you. I want to bring my friend who's been in Bitcoins for a while. And I said, great, have him come. The more you know about something, if something's true, okay, the more you investigate it and make the connection between the dots, you should get the answer. So I'm quite happy to get somebody that's knowledgeable to show him exactly how he's going to make a lot of money. Means less work for me. I don't have to educate him. Okay, so I don't, I didn't plan what I was going to say, so I'm listening to myself say all this. I will tell you that when I got my first big package, and I was watching my emotions, is that every day, bang on, I got my 70 cents. 1% of $70 is 70 cents. And I've actually made, so the 28th of September is when I got it, and this is the 20th of October, or actually 24th. So I've made my 1% a day. I've actually made more than that. I don't want to go into all the details in this. My only purpose is, so the only reason I really want you to buy the package is for you to benefit. If you go out and convince somebody on your own, you can sign up for free. And you can go out and get people to invest in the USI technology, USI tech, and you'll get credited for the sale. You won't get the money. You have to buy at least one package. It's $70. Okay, so, but what I was doing, I was watching this, and I got the money. And so what I'm doing, okay, so what Veronica said she's going to do, she's going to buy a package every day. Or not every day, but every paycheck. And that's what the person that signed me up, Jacqueline, did. She wasn't making a lot of money. She was looking after an elderly person, not getting a lot of money. But what she did is every payday, she would buy a Bitcoin or a package, a small, like 50 pounds. She's in England. Today, she's making 200 pounds a day. And she's going to work a little bit longer until, so one of the things she told me, she said, that's how I found out about this guy at 220,000. She went to hear a talk by him. And all he said was, all I did was word of mouth advertising. Wow. Okay. So I don't really care if you never buy another package. If you sell that person and get them to buy packages, okay, you won't get any money because you don't have a package. I will get 3%. So even if you don't buy a package, I'm going to make money. Seeing this whole thing is going to end someday. I know how to determine exactly when it's going to end. All I have to do is watch the Federal Reserve and look at its numbers. Look at the Federal Reserves around the country, around the world. I don't know when to get out. Exactly. So that's an extra bonus I can give people under me. When I get out and the system's about to collapse, I'm going to buy Bitcoins that are backed by gold. So they're not going to go down. So I'm going to have my millions in a system that I'm going to have safe haven from the storm of the collapse of the currencies. Okay, so I guess that's it. Okay, I'm going to put I haven't figured out how I'm going to get Veronica, who did the web pages, who's now going to buy. I haven't told her how to market this to people yet. And she's going to buy another Bitcoin package, but I'm going to tell her how to advertise. I have a lady, Sally, who's a retired psychologist, who's advertising in Craigslist across the country. But I know how to advertise to realtors and lenders. And so that's what I'm going to do. This video is really for them. There's a guy that wants to, Austin. He's from Craigslist. I put in Bitcoin sales make $5,000 a week. And here's what he wrote. Hello, I'm interested to find out more information about your business. I'm not even going to reply to him except to say, go to look at this link and go to my website it was just finished today. And you can sign up, but if you don't, I'm not going to care because I'm talking to a lender tomorrow who's going to sign up everybody in his office. I'm going to talk to a real estate agent that travels around the country looking for investors and money. They're going to try this and they're going to overwhelm them with the orders because they're going to make 1% a day. The most you can make on real estate, even if you flip it, okay, is maybe double your money. Okay, so you go from 100 to 200%. Well, if you go 200 days on this system in a calendar year, 200 business days, you will have tripled your money because you'll have the original and then you'll have the 200% on top of that. So flipping real estate and doubling your money doesn't even compare with this. Anyway, so I'm sorry to take so much time. My intention is for you to make a lot of money. I only want to deal with people that can see the big picture. They want to get out there and they want to hook up the water cannons. And I want to take business away from people that are going to figure this out before they get to it. So the people that sign up are going to make the most money than anybody. You're going to be rich. You won't even You won't be selling the shovels and the things there. You're selling the water cannons and getting a percentage of the profits. You know, if you really understand this, the only question is, how soon can I sign up? Thank you.